Have you ever wondered after meeting people whether you knew them before or not? What could they be saying about me? Did I leave an impression on them? How did I appear in their eyes, attractive or ordinary? Could my words change their perception of me? When you think this way, you're giving too much importance to how others see you, and consequently, you're neglecting how you see yourself. But believe me, every word or action, whether big or small, from others towards you will affect you, and it will influence your mood throughout the day, either positively or negatively. So in this video, we will try to exchange roles and priorities how we see ourselves regardless of others' opinions. So let's get started. Let me tell you this small story. Once a small child entered the elevator, looked in the mirror. Suddenly, his expression changed. He began to look around and hide behind his parents. No one understood why, but he saw himself ugly. In reality, the mirror was distorted, enlarging, and diminishing. But he believed that because he was still young and didn't know that not every mirror reflects the truth. Since that moment, every time he looked at himself, he saw the same image. Do you know why? Because the image stuck in his mind. Now, if you apply this example to yourself, tell me, how many times have you looked at yourself through the eyes of others? How many times you judge yourself based on a comparison or a word? How many times have you believed a mirror that wasn't yours? Now it's the time to change the mirror and see yourself the way you want to. But the solution lies in accepting and loving yourself as you are. For example, when you love someone, ask yourself, what do you love about them? For example, let me tell you what my love map says. I love the stylish. I love those who help people. I love the brave. I love the kind and compassionate person. I used to write down all these qualities on a piece of paper and work on improving them in myself. So if you're like me and love bravery, encourage yourself to be brave with others. If you love being stylish, encourage yourself to be stylish. And every time you apply one of the qualities from the list of things you love about yourself, put a check mark next to it. By this way, your love and acceptance of yourself will grow regardless of what others think. As we all know, Oprah Winfrey faced abuse and injustice since her childhood, and it was said that she was not good for anything. She grew up with that voice whispering in her head, so she worked harder and gave more than her capacity, trying to prove to the world that they were wrong. But one day, when she stepped on stage and said the sentence that changed her life, I got tired of fighting myself to prove to others that I deserve it. So I decided to befriend myself. From that moment on, she began to achieve success, not because she wanted to prove something to someone, but because she shifted from competing with others to competing with herself, and finally to competing with the goal. Let's take the example of a student in school. Let's assume this student aspires to get a score of 95% on a test. So he studies hard. Let's assume that he only received 80% while his classmate received a score of 100%. If his goal was to compete with others, he would consider that everyone else's success is his failure. But if his goal is to compete with himself, he will feel disappointed that he didn't achieve a higher score. But when he shifts to competing with the goal, his problem will only be related to the 95%. So when he fails, he will fail against 95%. And when he succeeds, he will succeed against 95%. But if the student next to him scored 100%, it won't affect him. Therefore, a person who competes with a goal doesn't have a problem with people or with themselves, but their problem only relates to the goal. In this way, they will consider that they are not obligated to prove anything to others and they will enjoy everything they do. Okay guys, at the end of this video, don't strive to be the best, but strive to be better. In this way, you will be able to befriend yourself and understand it. And consequently, you will be able to rid yourself of the influence of others and give significant attention to your own perspective. Okay guys, if you liked my video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment below this video. Thank you for watching.